Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Join with me are my co-host, Ian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Joseph.
Yellow.
Jehu.
What's up?
Back again. Ian, I believe you have a long list of news. We've been off for a few weeks.
Yeah, good to be back after a little vacation. Some big stuff's happened in the movies. First, there's a Rambo trailer. I don't know, is there another name besides it just calling it Rambo?
I'm sure it has a name.
No, it's Rambo Last Blood.
Last Blood.
Last Blood, okay.
I had a vested interest in this because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the Rambo sequencing is one of the most confusing fucking things ever. There's First Blood,
which does not have Rambo in it at all.
Does not have Rambo in it. The second movie is Rambo First Blood Part 2. Shit still makes sense at this point.
Yes.
Third one, Rambo 3. First Blood nowhere in there. Third Rambo movie, even though there's not a first Rambo movie. What's the next one called? Rambo. Like, who fucking cleared this shit?
I mean, look, this is kind of a historical Sylvester Stallone issue because the Rocky series has a similar problem.
Yeah, that sounds like, because he writes. I think he's had his hand in some of this. That sounds like Sly himself probably set that shit up.
100%.
Also, did you hear that a whole lot of this, what this movie originally was used in that Jason Statham movie, Homefront?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's credited as a scriptwriter for that. I think he wrote the script for like Eddie Murphy or some shit, like something weird like that. But yeah,
if anyone doesn't know, Rambo is just Sylvester Stallone. He's a badass soldier. He kills people.
That's what two through the rest of them are.
The first one is actually a legit great movie, except for one scene at the very end where Sylvester Stallone tries to slobber his way to a fucking Oscar. The rest of the movie is really good. It's about how we treat soldiers when they come back home. It's sort of an anti-hero versus a small town establishment and stuff like that.
It's about soldiers dealing with PTSD back in the day before we were calling it that.
Yeah, it's a really, really good fucking movie. The next one is just batshit off the wall. He's going back to Vietnam to win the war.
See, I don't think I've ever seen the original then.
Oh, you should First Blood. You should really watch it.
No, I've only seen the ones with Sylvester Stallone. Like, I know I've seen the last one where he saves some like POWs.
Look, here's the thing.
That has one of the goriest scenes.
He gets on a minigun and he just tears.
I wanted to come back to that one because I know he made that movie when he was 60 years old, which I thought was ridiculous at the time. But then I saw it, and I really like that movie.
It's actually pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
I'm going to tell you the most disturbing thing that probably ever happened to me working in a movie theater concerning that thing. I was cutting through that theater while that movie was playing. And you remember that movie was just gory as fuck. Throwing babies up in the air and shooting them.
Super gory.
And there was a military dude finger banging a military lady who was just dead-eyed staring at the screen.
What else is she supposed to do?
That can't be a real story.
This is a real story. And mind you, all those years of working in a movie theater, I've seen a lot of finger banging. Yeah. But that's the only one that upset me. But you should buy the Blu-ray for First Blood, watch it, and then watch the alternate ending and realize how much better it would be with the alternate ending.
We're probably out of juice on this already because we talked about it a little bit before the podcast. My favorite part of this is that it's set to Old Town Road, and it's just played dead
straight. Yeah, 100%.
He's like, I'm all about this. Lil Nas X. What's his face? Billy Cyrus.
Yeah,
I know it's the rap country song, but I don't even know who does it.
Here's my favorite thing about this, right? Is so people who know what Old Town Road is are aware of like where it came from and kind of the weird jokey song place that it represents. To the vast majority of people, probably over the age of 40, they've never fucking heard this song before. So there's a good possibility.
It's hard to escape it.
That there's a lot of people who are listening to this trailer like, yeah, this is a banger.
I bet you it rises in the charts now because the old people
100%.
I think it's already a number one.
I think it's already number one. So
because I'm pretty sure Billy Ray's getting a Maserati because of it. That was part of the deal. Lil Nas X, right? Is he related to Nas?
I don't think so.
Can I just be in the Little Beatles? Is this the whitest thing I've ever said? Yeah. But anyways, I think he promised Billy Ray that if it went number one, he'd buy him a Maserati.
That's hilarious.
So that's good times.
I have no excitement for this movie.
But I see. My main problem with it is no fucking mullet.
Yeah, that's
he's
or headband.
Ape cape.
No, or headband.
He's just an old guy with a hairdo.
Which was one of the best parts of the last one when he was 60
totally.
years old. Great sweaty mop on his head and a bandana.
I just can't get behind white dude kills a bunch of Mexicans right now.
It also right now seems kind of racist, right? Yeah. I'm sure when he wrote this script like 10 years ago, it wasn't, but right now it seems super racist.
Yes, fine. It's a movie. It's Rambo. They're drug dealers, all of them.
Also, one more thing. I know we were trying to get but he had said after the last Rambo movie that if he did another Rambo movie, it was going to be in another genre, and I'm so pissed that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see Rambo the romantic comedy.
I want to see Rambo against aliens.
Yeah, Rambo against aliens, exactly.
That would be fun.
Oh, man, that should have been Shane Black's Predator.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It kind of already is, but yeah.
All right, so next, Dark Crystal, Netflix. Jones, I know you're excited about this.
I am. I love the original. It's got a great voice cast. Mark Hamill, Taron Egerton.
Mark Hamill.
A bunch of other people I can't remember right now, but I think Key and Peele are both in it. Maybe?
They're in fucking everything.
Key and Peele, and Mark Hamill, too. He's like voicing Chucky in the Child Play.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's having a real comeback.
He is. He really is.
Something about Star Wars being back in the movie.
He's also really good at social media.
For sure, yeah. Like I said, I love the original. I love that trailer. Like, it's one of the few times where I watched something and I thought, oh my God, this actually, like, Spider-Man 2 vibes could be better than the first one.
It's going to be good.
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, look at this. It's got all the ingredients. I like it. It's got a lot of top talent behind it. So
yeah. That's a movie also that has kind of aged well. You can go back and watch it now, and it's not embarrassing.
Yeah.
So and I think it's built up a following over the years. I think it was kind of a bomb when it was released.
I think that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll watch this. Sure.
I don't know. I've never seen this movie. I don't really know a lot about
it. Like it.
Yeah, but it's the Jim Henson one, right?
Yeah.
It's got puppets and stuff.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. That's all I know about it.
A little bit more. Yeah.
I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Next is Netflix has announced they're doing Magic the Gathering animated series.
Anime, I believe.
With the Russo brothers. Look, I played Magic the Gathering when I was young. There is definitely source material for it to be a dope anime. Like, there's like 5 different colors and dragons, and you know what I mean? There's like 5 different. They can make it like Game of Thronesy. Like, that would be a universe where, you know what I mean, if you tweaked it right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
would like the planeswalkers be your character?
Yeah, like I think like each house would be, swamps or I don't know if anyone's ever played, or islands or forests, you know what I mean? And you can figure it out.
I mean, real question, do we feel like
I'll outline it.
Do we feel like this project got greenlit based on the success of Critical Role's Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Realizing that there's a demand for this like deep nerddom stuff.
Yeah.
Who owns D&D though? I mean, do you guys
Wizards of the Coast. It's the same people that owns Magic the Gathering.
So that's got to be coming then.
Yeah,
Netflix is going to make it, right?
Yeah, well, to Joseph's point, Critical Role funded this Kickstarter for them to make an animated show. The goal was $750,000. I think they ended up like 11.5
million.
Yeah. And they way exceeded. I don't know that has a distributor yet, but 100%. Like, Netflix then goes to Wizards of the Coast, the people who make D&D, and maybe they don't want something to compete with that, so they go with Magic the Gathering. And then you get the Russo brothers behind it, which are just great talents. Right?
I really think that's like the next live action, because you know how they always follow something.
Right.
They're going to try and the fantasy element's going to come. I think next, like these like kind of grand adventure ones.
I mean, they're definitely trying. I mean, we already know they're doing the Lord of the Rings thing.
Because everyone's Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I think that's like the next follow. Is like you start having like Dungeons and Dragons, and they all try and make the next Game of Thrones.
I definitely think based on the ending of Game of Thrones, there's probably more hunger for like people want to get in on a new story with the hope that it will satisfy them in the way that they hope that Game of Thrones would.
Yep. I remember used to on like ESPN 8 or something like that.
The Oak Show.
They would
so quick.
They would play Magic the Gathering tournaments at like 3 a.m. and shit like that
on TV,
and they'd have fucking play-by-play guys just playing it dead straight, yelling shit like "Crumbling Fortress, Crumbling Fortress." I fucking loved it more than anything. I don't know how this can live up to that.
They're on Geek and Sundry, which is the YouTube channel Critical Role started on. They have a Magic the Gathering show where it's a guy versus a celebrity who's never played before. So he goes up one episode. He goes up against Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who apparently played a shit ton back in the day, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt just demolishes him. I mean, it is highly entertaining because he's like, all right, so now you're down to 12 points. And he's like, yeah, okay, so. And then just like the guy's at like 18 points. And in like 3 seconds, he's like, okay, I think that's it. I think that gets you to 0, right? And the guy's like, this has never happened. Like, just can't even fathom.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
Hustled him. So we'll skip right to the trailers, which is Ford versus Ferrari.
Yep.
Cool ass trailer.
It's a great looking trailer. It's
Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Who's the female lead? I don't even recall. Anyway, Matt Damon's playing like a mechanic. Christian Bale's like a race car driver. And they're both trying to make Ford a race car that's going to win the 24-hour in Le Mans against Ferrari, which has never been done. And Ford's not highly regarded. Ford kind of sucks still. But you know what I mean? They're making the Shelby Ford, the first Shelby basically.
Yeah, I think the Shelby 500.
Yeah, a lot of
Mustang had already existed.
A lot of physical crashes that looked real, like not CGI. Christian Bale looked like he was going for an Oscar kind of role, the tortured soul.
What a surprise.
Matt Damon's a supporting character, I would say. He looks, more comedic relief a little bit.
I mean, he's definitely, of the two of them, going to be like the straight man.
Yeah.
But just based on the small amount that we got from the trailer, I like their dynamic already.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be like the crux of the movie.
One thing Joseph and I talked about beforehand was, man, James Mangold just like keeps jumping from genre to genre and keeps making like really good movies. The guy who made like Kate and Leopold also made Walk the Line, also made Logan, now also made a race car movie. It really just bounces around, and it's a good product every time.
What Johnny Cash song do you think he'll put in this movie?
Yeah, 100%.
Is there a Johnny Cash song about cars? I feel like
I'm
there must
sure
be.
I'm sure there are.
Also, John Barenthal. But yeah, it looks cool. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited for that one though. Next is the Onward trailer, the new Pixar animated. Chris Pratt and Tom Holland.
Yes,
look at that. I got that right.
You did.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, and
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah,
Octavia. Yeah, she's kind of having a little a lot of movies.
I don't know. She's been getting work for a long time, I feel
true.
like.
Yeah,
she's always coming in the background.
She's kind of doing other stuff though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than just dramas.
I'm not on board for that horror movie she's doing. I will not be watching.
Yeah.
It looks creepy.
I like the trailer. Christian's a sucker for fantasy and Pixar, so it's right up my alley.
It looks like a mixture of like sitcom with fantasy. You know what I mean? And they've kind of co-mixed it to like kind of domesticate it. And it looks funny. It looks like my kind of humor.
That's what I'm trying to figure out is what the actual like plot of this movie is, because it's set in this like fantasy world that's moved on to modernity, but it's still got like trolls and dragons.
It's
and
a better version of that David
It's a
Ayer
mixture of
movie.
like fantasy, Lord of the Rings.
What was it?
Will Smith and
Bright.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like an animated.
But it
Bright.
seems like it's set like definitely like the Chris Pratt character is going like the 80s van and look, and like it looks like from the trailer, it looks like he's picking it up to go play D&D in their basement.
Do you remember
I'm trying to figure out like what they're gonna fucking go do.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would be funny if they were playing D&D.
I know, that's what it looks like though.
It could be set in like an 80s-ish world.
Yeah.
What was the song in the trailer? Was it the Cars?
I can't remember what song it
either.
was.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most excited about a Pixar trailer I've probably been since Zootopia.
I really like
That's a Disney movie, not a Pixar movie.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
they
stupid.
had this is Inside Out. This looks like the best one since Inside Out.
For sure, because it's not a sequel.
Yeah.
Inside movies are better. I mean, not Inside Out. The original movies are better than their
Yeah.
sequels.
Not Good Dinosaur.
I'd still
I don't hate Good Dinosaur. I know a lot of people.
Wait, but the only thing I would say is the feral unicorns look funny.
They do,
yes.
yeah.
Chris Pratt's character reminded me of Dan Fogler
Sure, yeah.
in Fanboys.
Okay.
That's very
Dan Fogler and everything.
Yeah.
He's kind of the same guy.
All right, two more wrapping up. One is Terminator Dark Fate.
Sure.
Speaking of 80s franchises making a comeback.
Mackenzie Davis, Linda Hamilton's back.
Yeah.
Better than ever, older than ever. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And she's looking great for her age.
Oh,
True.
100%.
Yeah.
Looks badass.
Yeah.
That scene, new Terminator, always a new Terminator. This one is one that can separate its like skin from its inside body and become two.
Indo exoskeleton type thing.
Good. I was trying to hit those words. All right, my theory though is that, and I really do think that this is what they're going to do, is I think that Arnold is not a Terminator.
Oh yeah, no, he's the guy that the Terminators are based
he's
on.
He's the prototype. You know what I mean? Because this is the last time I think you can do that.
Yeah. I mean, definitely they already shot their wad on he went back further in ages on the last one. Although that technically was Cameron's idea, so he might just reuse it. But I think you're right.
Yeah, that's right. I really think he's a prototype, and I think John Connor's dead. And I think...
Oh, I think he dies in the movie. I feel like that's like the opening of the movie. It's like you shock factor, you kill John Connor.
I think it would be better if it was like, in Terminator 2, it comes up with just the type, like the blue.
Yeah.
I want it, John Connor died on July 3rd. It's been 8 years since John Connor's death. And then it's just like, you know what I mean? Somehow you got someone coming back. It's probably Mackenzie Davis saying that Mexican girl is...
she's the new Linda Hamilton.
She's
the new Sarah
got
Connor.
the new savior.
Yeah.
So
100% that's what it's going to be.
it looks super
It's a
cool.
remake of Terminator 1.
I mean,
which is the exact same thing Terminator Genesis was. That's what I got watching this trailer. This looks like a maybe kind of better version of Terminator Genesis.
Like Terminator 2 is one of the best action movies ever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like if you get some cool action scenes and that story, like I'm going to give it a shot. Like I am now excited for this. This trailer has me believing again.
I just do not care.
I'm believing. I'm getting back in.
I just do not care about the Terminator franchise anymore.
Straight up mark for Terminator. I'll show up from one. I'll try to defend the Christian Bale one.
No,
don't. I will defend the Christian Bale one.
They've been bad since Terminator 2.
I mean, definitely the first two are great. My personal Terminator order are Terminator 1, Terminator 2, Matrix 1. Those are my three Terminators. But I'm super on board for this.
Yeah, it looks great. Last thing, I was thinking we do a Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Update. So, I mean, it's confirmed 100%. He's in.
He is Batman.
Now, what are our thoughts? I know we talked about it before. I will just say one, then I'll let you guys talk about it. I have changed a little bit, and I've softened a little bit.
This is a woman's doing,
but no,
something happened here.
No, the only reason is because I realized the alternative was Nicholas Hoult, who I absolutely
I
did not want.
Yeah.
And I like Robert Pattinson a little more, but I still think it's going to be a bad choice. It's going to be a bad movie. Worse than Transformers casting.
I am on board with Robert Pattinson. Jehu, you've talked at length on this podcast about how young Batman is not the way to go. I'm in complete agreement with you there. But if you're going to do young Batman, I am fine with this guy as playing young Batman. I think he's got a great jaw for the cowl, and I think he's pretty much proven himself the last 10 years. I think it's really hard to critique the guy, what he did when he was 24 years old or whatever and made Twilight. But
I just despise Nicholas Holt's the worst.
I will say this.
Is the worst.
I will say this. When we've texted a lot, we've talked a lot about hurt. Your model is always you shouldn't be able to kick somebody's ass. You can kick Nicholas Holt's ass.
100%.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
I believe Robert Pattinson has the frame where he could put on muscle. Nicholas Hoult does not have the frame.
Nicholas Holt's in one of my favorite movies of the last 5 years, which is Mad Max. And he's the worst part of that entire movie. He almost ruins it for me.
That's actually pretty good.
I'm just sick of Hollywood trying to make him a thing.
I hate him in Mad Max.
I hate him in that movie, but the parts about him that I hate are exactly what makes him great for that movie.
He is awful as Beast. Can we all agree there? He's terrible.
I mean,
those movies are bad.
Who even remembers that he's the fucking Beast?
I know. Beast, and he doesn't even get blue. They were like, you suck so bad, we're not even going to spend the money on the FX, really.
Yeah.
Well, my thing about this, and I know you just said who's going to judge someone about some shit they did when they were 24. I am. Because my feelings is this. I understand that he's done some better things now. Although it seems to be like, when people talk about that, it's like Orangelo. Do you guys remember Orangelo? Have you ever heard this before?
No.
There's always somebody who knows somebody
Yeah.
who went to school with a kid whose name was Orangelo.
Yeah, no,
Orange Jello.
I was saying that last week, none of you can name a good Robert Pattinson.
Right, exactly.
No one
can. Everybody tells me he's done this better shit now. They'll bring up that fucking Elephants movie. That Elephants movie eats dick. My feelings is this. Even if he's won 6 Oscars since then, all that says to me is he doesn't show up for genre bullshit. And Batman is silly genre bullshit. And this isn't some dude thing.
Should Leo still be judged by Titanic, or should he be judged by what he's doing now?
First of all, Leo's done.
He did Man on an Iron Mask.
Also garbage.
Also,
but I like it.
It's a fun garbage.
You're talking to the wrong man on this, because I think Leo fucking rocks in Titanic. I think Titanic's a good movie. Jason loves sappy melodrama.
It's not a bad
Jason
movie.
is a soap opera fan.
Yeah, I like that too.
I was ready to be on board with Twilight. Teenage melodrama mixed with fucking vampires, I'm on fucking board. That movie specifically fails because the new two leads cannot make you believe they're in love with each other.
I agree with you there. They're not good.
But
I don't think they're good in Titanic either.
Twilight's made by a middling director. Titanic's made by James Cameron. I mean,
a middling director.
You have really turned
money.
around in 2 weeks. I'm super on board with it.
No, but I mean, like I said, Nicholas Hoult would have been the worst choice.
I mean, Nicholas Hoult would have been worse. I'm not saying
the only reason I'm also softening is Chris Nolan sees something in the guy. He casts him in his next one. That makes me think I'm going to trust Chris Nolan, and I'm going to trust, not that I don't think Matt Reeves knows what he's doing. That's what I really don't think. I think Young Batman's a mistake. I think the whole thing is going to be a bomb. I think it's going to be dumpster fire. That's my prediction.
I kind of wonder, the fear with the Young Batman thing is the studio wants to get away from the Zack Snyder stuff as far as possible. Like, I'm not entirely convinced that's even Matt Reeves' decision, because it was so up in the air for a long time that Ben Affleck was still going to do the part, that I just feel like the studio has decided, no, we don't want any connection to the Snyderverse, and the best way to do that is just cast a young guy. If you do grizzled old guy again, and I still think that's a mistake, because what you should do is go real old Batman and do Terry McGinnis. Is the best way to separate yourself.
Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is old Batman.
If I heard Robert Pattinson was Terry McGinnis, I actually wouldn't mind that as much, because I would know there would be another lead there to prop him up.
Yep.
The thing is, with movies about this, you got to have a sort of awareness that it's silly, but play it serious. And I just don't know if this guy has the depth for that.
I'm just saying that, like, he got this job after a bunch of people passed. So he took this job with no leverage, which means it's studio driven. You know what I mean? He's not calling the shots like Chris.
Are you talking about on Batman?
I'm talking about Matt Reeves. Yeah, other people passed on this. They wanted Ben Affleck to do it. He got this with not saying, "Hey, I can make my own cat." This is studios can do whatever they want with this. That's why I 100% think Josh Gad is the Penguin. That just sounds awful.
I mean, that's never been confirmed. That's Josh Gad campaigning on Twitter.
We'll see if it happens. But if that is the death seal.
I'm super down with that.
Yeah, I think he's a great choice for the Penguin. I don't really get the hate.
So let's say this comes out.
Who's better?
I don't know. We want to spot. Not Josh Gad's fine. I'm just saying it seems like everyone's.
Wow, you turned quick on that.
No, I'm just saying the whole thing doesn't seem like it's going to work. That's what I'm saying.
Josh Gad is like the fourth person in line to play Josh Gad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there's like Jack Black and two guys in between them before that. So I mean,
a Batman movie led by Robert Pattinson and Josh Gad. I don't think it's going to work.
I mean,
that's my sum up.
See, the thing is, I think Batman's gotten to the point where it's like Superman. When you're recasting, you should go with an unknown. Yeah. They would circumvent all this stuff. So let's say I'm completely wrong about this and it's a huge success. Do they then start recasting all the DC characters with younger, excluding Wonder Woman and Aquaman, who are huge hits? Do they start recasting everybody else with younger actors?
I think they're done with the whole universe idea in general.
Yeah.
I don't think they're smart enough for that.
I don't think there's any way you see the money that Endgame made and don't think, we're going to try this again.
Agreed, but it just got so bad the first time. I just want to say the Matt Reeves thing real fast. Like, the guy's made 4 movies, right? Cloverfield, Let Me In, and the 2 Planet of the Apes movies. All 4 of those are...
We made 3 Planet of the Apes, didn't he?
No,
he didn't.
You
didn't make the first one, okay.
All 4 of those movies are better than Transformers.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Let Me In, I think, is a Let Me In and the first Planet of the Apes he did are friggin' masterpieces.
Cloverfield's that kind of. I would say it's at the. I would say it's a little better.
Cloverfield is the best monster movie we've had in 20 years.
Cloverfield is fucking great the first time you watch it. It doesn't hold up well to multiple viewings, but not every movie has. Sometimes a movie is just an event.
It was also made for like $10 million bucks. Like, it was super cheap.
I would say Pacific Rim.
Definitely going back in it and watching it. The main problem you have is that who's the fucking guy who called in the bomb threats?
Yeah.
He's
your point of view character.
Watch,
Yeah. I don't feel as apprehensive about it as you guys. I don't think there's enough. To me, Matt Reeves directing Robert Pattinson is better than Ben Affleck directing himself and Joe Manganiello. That makes me more nervous That gangster movie Ben Affleck did was garbage.
I like Live by Night. I'm in the minority.
I remember you liked it. I never watched it.
His personal life has way affected his movie career at this point.
Yes.
He hasn't been able to separate them. I think that's why he got fired. There's a lot of bad drama going.
Yeah.
I feel like we've come out of it, but part of that was let's put everything to bed first.
I think he got fired just because of that one interview where he's doing the 1,000-yard stare.
Oh yeah.
I think it was
GIF.
over at that point.
But you're right. I want option C that we don't know about. Like, Chris Nolan comes back with Christian Bale. Something crazy. You know what I mean? But you're right. Neither one of those sounds good. Ben Affleck does not sound better than what we're getting.
Yes.
So I agree with that. Neither one of them sounds good to me.
I see. I disagree with that. Look back. Maybe my least favorite movie ever. Batman versus Superman. Ben Affleck rocks in that fucking movie.
Oh,
he's
agreed.
the only good
He's
one.
great as Batman.
But
he is great.
He's right. His personal life's kind of like overwhelmed him. I don't think he would make a good movie right now. I really don't.
I miss the times when an actor was an asshole on his own time and we didn't know anything about it.
I agree with. I think it's affecting his work.
Yeah.
If Matt Reeves had wanted to do an old Batman story and kept Ben Affleck as Batman, I think that's a better option than Robert Pattinson. Batman.
Okay. Yeah,
and he's gone in slumps before, like Jiggly.
Geely.
You know what I mean?
That was real bad.
Yeah.
And then that was the start of it. But he had some other ones right after that were, Daredevil. Like he did,
Some of All Fears.
He went through a slump.
For sure, he's had an up and down career.
Yeah.
Geely was just Ben Affleck living my life. Pose before bros.
Always.
I think we got to put Pattinson to bed, and
For now, until we see more information about it, we will. For now, it is just biased, angry speculation.
it's the best kind.
I don't think it was that angry.
I am officially committing myself. I will be the guy who knows Orangelo. I'm going to watch the fucking Good Times movie that he was like an Oscar buzz for and talk about it next week.
Nice.
We're going to do it.
We need to have someone do that.
But I think is that it for the news?
Yep.
Fantastic. So join us a little bit later this week. We're going to be doing our summer movie preview. Like a week into summer, but it's fine. So we're going to hit you with all the movies coming out in the next 3 months that, might be of any interest, and we'll go through and help you determine whether or not they're worth your time and money. But in the meantime, thank you guys for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us at Better Than Transformers. Nope, that's not fucking right.
I heard you.
Don't you dare cut that out.
Thank you guys for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies and on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later.
The Russo brothers usually do good stuff, so.
That's true.
Tom King got pulled off Batman and
The comic.
The comic.
Go ahead, but I'm calling bullshit. But go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, and he's now doing Batman and Catwoman,
Right.
A limited,
Right.
but he got pulled off his main run, which he said was going to do 100, and he said like 120 at some point. It went over. It went over 100.
There's been issues where he
Yeah.
skipped and he wanted to do 100.
Yeah. But anyway, and he's now attached to Avra. I don't know how to pronounce it.
DuVernay.
DuVernay.
I think it's DuVernay.
No, DuVernay.
Sure.
Who New Gods? I don't know nothing about New Gods. I know we've talked about it a little bit.
I know so much about the New Gods.
Go.
It's one of my favorite things. And first of all, on his getting pulled off Batman, before the New Gods even came into this, I was calling bullshit. It's a way to generate interest in. You take him off that, you put him in this new book, he gets a new #1, he gets a sales bump. There's controversy around it. Whoever they put on Batman also gets a sales bump. It's a way to get a sales bump on 2 books. So,
Batman's also been declining in sales, right?
Batman has been
Yeah, and I
declining
think
some.
people seem to have taken a turn, is what I read, since the wedding.
His
Like his
book has
run's
not been
like,
great.
It's
because-
like it's lost its. Because he's been doing like his dreams for like a whole
Right.
run, and like one where he like went after like I don't know. He was like doing a jury on a Mr. Freeze, and like I don't know. Just a lot of like little stories that I guess people weren't. I don't know. Liking.
And also, I think a lot of the stink from Heroes in Crisis has flown over that way. But the New Gods, if anyone's paid any attention to me on this podcast, they would know that I'm a nut for Jack Kirby. He's the guy who created or co-created, depending on what story you believe, most of the Marvel Universe. At one point, he gets disgruntled, he leaves, he goes to DC, and the New Gods were the characters that he launched. It was 4 books. It was Jimmy Olsen's pal Superman, which he sort of introduces things in. There was the New Gods, which was about Orion and Darkseid. There was Mr. Miracle, which is about Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, and there was a Forever People, who were like a group of teenage gods who could come together and form one mega god. Okay. But basically, it was there were two god worlds, one where the evil ones lived, one where the good ones lived, and man, just a whole lot of Star Wars ideas could arguably have been taken from Kirby, and in specific, the New Gods, the way it plays out, and just it's the source instead of the force, and that sort of thing, and stuff. So
when you say 4 books, like they're all like one overarching story, like
yes, right. He was the first guy to do that. He was telling an overarching limited story that he didn't get to finish. Okay, and he was doing 4 books monthly himself.
And I guess her movie's going to cover all 4 books, probably.
No. Here's what her movie's going to do.
Yeah.
Her movie's just going to do Mr. Miracle. Okay. I guarantee it. Because Tom King just got done doing a really acclaimed run of Mr. Miracle, which lives up to the hype. It was really fucking good. And her favorite comic book character of all time is Big Barda. So she's not doing the New God. She's doing Mr. Miracle.
And what's Mr. Miracle's powers?
Mr. Miracle is basically, okay, here's the premise of the New Gods is to preserve the peace on these 2 warring planets. Darkseid and his opposite Highfather exchange sons to raise. Highfather's son is Mr. Miracle, who Darkseid doesn't even actually raise. He just throws them in the ghettos to be raised by, his killer trainer, Granny Goodness. Orion is Darkseid's son, although you don't find that till almost...
that sounds like Fargo's new season, by the way.
Fargo's new season is...
completely stolen from it?
Fargo's new season is aimed at a target demographic of Jason Hurst. It is the Coen Brothers meets Jack Kirby. I fucking love it. But yeah, so I really think probably what she's going to do is Mr. Miracle. And that's kind of a bummer because New Gods could be a big, over-the-top sort of sci-fi thing. It could be the kind of shit that Thor Ragnarok and, Infinity War were for DC. But I think they're going to do a more down-to-earth story. It's like when people tell you, if you're going to start reading comics, you should start reading Watchmen. That's the last thing you should start with, because that's a story about comics. You need to have a sort of already an attachment to comics to really love that story. With this, it's the same way. It sort of tells this down-to-earth story in the New Gods world, but it's only interesting because the New Gods world is not down-to-earth. So maybe that's not what they're going to do, but it sure seems like that's what they're going to do.
Heard that. We'll see.
Jason Hurt, comic expert.